Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel, your go-to spot for sharp, honest, and sometimes spicy commentary on South African politics. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button, smash the like, and drop your thoughts in the comments, because today's story is a real eye-opener for anyone following the twists and turns of the African National Congress. And trust me, you'll want to hear this one all the way to the end. Regional Conference. The footage shows a crowd gathered outside a modest building with a corrugated roof, waving the party's green, black, and yellow flags with a sense of purpose that is almost contagious. Some of the protesters were holding signs that read things like, "Down with Bogus REC," clearly targeting dissatisfaction with the current Regional Executive Committee. And let me tell you, these were not quiet murmurs, these were loud, determined voices standing on dirt grounds, waving banners, and letting the ANC leadership know exactly how they feel. One woman, particularly striking in a yellow dress and matching headscarf, stands front and center, holding her placard high, making it very clear that the grassroots are not having it. Public reaction has been, well, mixed. Some people are hailing the cancellation as a victory for grassroots democracy, proof that local voices still matter in a party often criticized for its internal power struggles. Others, however, see it as a sign of deeper divisions within the ANC. After all, Vhembe is a politically active region with a history of internal disputes, and this protest seems to confirm that the cracks in the party are more than just superficial. The presence of Ramokgopa, a senior figure in the ANC, added a layer of significance to the meeting. His absence, thanks to the cancellation, leaves questions hanging in the air. How will the leadership respond? Will there be negotiations behind the scenes? Or will this spark a longer, more heated battle over regional control? The branch's insistence on a proper conference indicates that they are demanding transparency, accountability, and maybe even a bit of party reform, right there in the heart of Vhembe. And let's not forget the spectacle itself. If you watch the video closely, you can see a mix of traditional attire and modern clothing among the crowd, giving the scene a colorful, almost cinematic feel. The ANC banner in the background, the raised hands, the determined expressions, it's like a snapshot from a grassroots political drama. And the MDN TV watermark in the corner tells us this wasn't just a random TikTok clip, it's credible footage, capturing a genuine moment of political tension. Now, this isn't just a story about one cancelled meeting. It speaks to a much larger issue in South African politics, the balance between leadership and the voices of ordinary members. In a party as central to national governance as the ANC, local disputes can have far-reaching consequences. When branches demand a proper conference, they are essentially saying, we want a say in how we are led. And this is where it gets interesting. South Africans often see party unity as essential for effective governance, but incidents like this show that unity is easier said than done. This event also invites a bit of reflection. What does it mean when local branches can derail a meeting scheduled to involve a senior NEC member? On one hand, it's a victory for democracy at the grassroots level. Members are not just passive participants, they are active agents demanding change. On the other hand, it also signals potential instability within the party's ranks, raising concerns about how internal conflicts are managed. And let's talk about that famous sign, "Down with Bogus REC." There's a story in 3 words right there. It's more than a protest slogan, it's a sentiment that captures frustration with perceived illegitimacy within regional structures. Without clear information on the meeting's agenda or the exact demands of the branches, we are left to read between the lines. But one thing is clear, there is dissatisfaction simmering under the surface, and it's boiling over in Vhembe. From a governance perspective, the implications are significant. Local disputes like this can affect service delivery, development initiatives, and the party's credibility. The ANC relies heavily on cohesion to maintain its influence at municipal and regional levels, and moments like this test that cohesion. Observers will be watching closely to see if the party can address these grievances without letting tensions spiral out of control. So, what can we expect next? Will the ANC call the proper regional conference demanded by the branches, or will leadership attempt to assert control and push ahead with their agenda? How will Ramokgopa respond? Will he engage directly with the branches, or will he stay on the sidelines until the dust settles? And importantly, how will this affect public perception of the ANC in Vhembe and beyond? These are questions that will shape political discourse for weeks to come. In many ways, the video is more than just footage of a protest. It's a microcosm of the ongoing struggle for transparency, accountability, and representation within one of South Africa's most influential political organizations. And while the scene might look familiar, flags waving, banners held high, voices raised, it carries a message that is both urgent and undeniable. Grassroots voices are not to be ignored. Before we wrap up, here's the thing. Politics can be serious, but it can also be a little dramatic, even theatrical. Picture this, a senior NEC member ready to speak, only to find the crowd chanting, holding placards, waving flags. It's almost cinematic. You could almost imagine someone whispering, "Welcome to Vhembe, where the real power isn't in the office, it's on the dirt ground outside." So, what do you think? Is this a moment of empowerment for ANC branches, a glimpse of democratic action at the grassroots level, or is it a warning sign of deeper fractures within the party? Drop your thoughts in the comments, we want to hear your take. And while you're at it, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our political breakdowns. This is a developing story, and as the ANC navigates this situation, the outcomes will not just shape Vhembe's regional politics, but could influence perceptions of the party nationwide. The call for legitimate conferences, transparency, and fair leadership is a reminder that politics is, ultimately, a game played as much by the people as it is by those in office. That's it for today, folks. Keep following us for more updates, analysis, and a little bit of political drama, because in South African politics, you never know what's coming next. See you next time.